Oh, it's it's Guido coming at you with today's quick tactic or short tactic, or whatever I'm calling this little series here while I'm off on vacation. This is about setting cap conditions and when you can and when you cannot cap. I just want you to take a look at the mini map down here. Take a look at the mini map real quick. We have an AMX M445 and a 3 artillery on the enemy side. We have 2 artillery and the AT-8. The friendly artillery has repositioned, so as one of the enemy artillery up to the northwest corner. And the AT-8, Punish You, is attempting to push the cap. Now let's have a quick think about that. Is that really going to be effective? Can we get 2 guys on? Yeah, the M44 is going to try to get on there with the AT-8, and he's going to try to cap this thing out. But setting cap conditions is very important. Now this is a ride-along from, I think, Christus, yeah. Critus from Clan Battles. He's died earlier. Close game. We're getting down to the wire. Can I cap? Well, there's an M44. There's a Su-8 unaccounted for. All they really have to do is get a light on one of these 2 guys. So this AT-8 is sort of spinning around, and we're going to get up against the rock. First things first, if I'm going to cap, if I can use some cover to help me from getting shot, that's fine, but this is one of the most obvious places that people are going to sit. So even if I was an enemy artillery and didn't have a light, that's the first spot I would try to drop something on. Also, there's 2 of them, which makes it more likely to hit them as well. But let's just kind of watch what happens here. Now we're just pushing each other. So the AMX M4 is up on the hill, and then here comes the Su-8, and we're spinning around. I think, now this is actually Cretus's view, and the people are going to start freaking out, like, behind you, behind you. This guy, I believe, is turning around to try to deal with the M448. What he needs to do here is go right after the Su-8, but also, too, and in addition to, look what's going on the other side. The other 2 enemy tanks are on there. That resets them down, and it's over, right? So that resets. So at this point, you've got to go ahead and try to get rid of this Su-8, or maybe even push towards your cap, but it's more or less over, so this is pretty funny. He doesn't even really see the Su-8, or he's ignoring it. He's attempting to look at where the AMX is. Now it looks like maybe he's figured it out. Nope, he doesn't like that. He's spinning back there. Oh boy, now we've been hit and reset. Now he's kind of charging. I love the Su-8 right here. The Su-8 says, whatever, I just fired. Let's go ram this dude for some hit points. Here comes the Su-8. Those things actually move pretty well. Clunk does 157 to himself, and then we get the shot. Oh my gosh, this is so painful to watch. It just really is painful. Another little ram. He's going to get anything out of it? No, he just lost 50 for no reason. Trying to get his gun depression, and we end up losing to a cap on the other side. So setting the cap conditions is important. The conditions are that I can cap without being reset, or have a high likelihood. There are the emergency cap situations where you're just hoping. But in this case, he spent a lot of time driving towards cap. Based on what was going on, that TD needed to get up on the hill or somewhere back in the back to try to defend his cap. At that point, it just wasn't a great idea to try to get on cap. I didn't look at what his damage was in there, but remember, folks, if you're trying to get on cap and get a cap win, you have to set the conditions for a high likelihood cap unless it's an emergency. That really wasn't that situation. That AT could have been back towards his cap somewhere, potentially taken down the low hit point AMX, work with his own arty. His own arty would have been supporting him as well, and then hunt down the enemy arty at the end. Or potentially, once you get rid of the AMX, being the most mobile guy, then get on cap. When arty shows up to try to decap, they're fairly easy to deal with, unless he has a lot of support, but that AT-8 is going to take a few hits and not go down immediately. So he prioritized the AMX, got into a little bit of a soda straw, didn't notice the other guy come behind. There's still 2 other arty out there. One of them happens to be an M44. That's one of the things you would take into account in this situation. When I look at that, I'm like, that thing reloads so fast. The conditions for me trying to cap just aren't there. So have a think about that next time you try to jump on cap. That's all I've got. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you.